Be confident, be bold, be authentic, but don't forget to take action. This is Ordinary to Badass, where our stories empower women to step into the spotlight of their own lives and pursue what they're truly passionate about. It's time to step into the arena and become more than just extraordinary. It's time to become a badass with your host, Marie Sonneman.
Welcome to Ordinary to Badass, episode number 232. In this episode, you are going to hear 3 reasons why Romana Hasenoehrl is so badass. Now, Romana is an astrologer, an author, and a happiness trainer. In her episode, there's so much to learn about traveling, adventure, and just really doing things on her own terms. So definitely a recommended listen, but if you're short on time, then catch this episode and then you can go back and listen. Before we get to it, I want to remind you of our little event happening August 17th, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Show up, let's have some fun, bring a drink, let's chat with each other, see what's going on. Talk a little bit about work-life balance or just life balance in general. Because with COVID, there has been a lot going on. And us badasses, we need to stick together. So make sure you show up August 17th, 6 p.m. PST time. And if you want to know more, jump into the Ordinary to Badass Facebook group. Or DM me on Instagram at Ordinary to Badass and tell me you're in. Just say balance and I'll send you the deets. All right, let's get to this episode. Welcome to Ordinary to Badass. Whether you're ordinary or badass, I am so glad you're here. Today, I'm going to share 3 reasons why Romana Hasenoehrl is so badass. Now, Romana, one of my favorite things is just how she straight line to what she wants. She doesn't care what other people think. She's doing what she wants, and that is pretty badass. But let's get to the 3 reasons. So we'll break it down. 3 reasons why Romana Hasenoehrl is so badass. So the first reason why Romana is so badass is because she marched to the beat of her own drum. The second reason is because she found new friends when hers didn't support her. And the third reason is because she laughs when she doesn't feel happy. So let's get into it, get into the nitty-gritty a little bit. First reason why Romana is so badass is because she marched to the beat of the same drum. Now, usually you hear marches to the beat of a different drum. Well, not Romana. Romana, she does her own thing. And I know that you're thinking, Marie, that's marching to the beat of a different drum. But you know what? Not. She marches to the beat of the same drum. She returned to who she was as a kid, to who she was in her younger years. She said that she always did her own thing and was just, I don't know, from the time she was born, she just had a mind of her own and was going to do what the heck she wanted and didn't really pay attention, even when she didn't fit in with the other kids. And she went away from it for a little while in her 20s and 30s, and then she returned back to herself. So I'm saying she marched to the beat of the same drum because she returned back to who she is. She returned back to like her true north. So, question for you. Are you marching to the beat of the same drum? Are you returning to who you really are? Are you listening to the things that you really want? Tapping into that? A lot of times it is the things we loved as a kid. And then maybe somebody led us astray and we listened to them. And so we thought, oh, we got to fit in. We got to do this. This is what everybody else is doing. And so we tried to do that, but then we got away from ourselves. It's important to return home. And I think that no matter what, this is always a check-in you have to do. Like, even though Romana said after her 20 and 30s, she got back to her former self, but it's easy to get pulled away. So every so often, it's something we have to check. But she was always doing her own thing. And she said, even as a kid, like her grandma would be like, Ramona, you have your head in the air. Come on, focus. Let's be grounded a little bit. And she just didn't understand it. She's like, why would I do that? Like, that doesn't sound fun. And just examples, like tons of examples when she was talking, just how she did the things that like really resonated with her, regardless of what other people said or what other people thought. And traveling was a good example of that. She just went and traveled on her own and didn't care whether other people thought it was a good idea or not. She said people would be like, oh, well, it's expensive. You should just get a 9 to 5 or work a corporate job, do what everybody else does, have a solid income. And that wasn't for her. So she started traveling. And then another thing she did was astrology. People told her no to astrology, or that's not cool. So she's like, who cares? It's what I want to do. This is what lights me up. And so she always just went straight for what she wanted. And she really honored herself, honored what was inside of her and what she had wanted to do. And I think we can all take a page from that playbook. We can start to listen to what we really want and find ways to honor that. Because, man, it's a losing mission to do what other people want us to do. It's not going to bring us any happiness. It's not going to feel fulfilling. It might be fulfilling to the other person that's telling you to do that, but it's not fulfilling for you, right? So we really got to listen to ourselves and listen to our inner guidance system and see what we want to do. March to the beat of the same drum. Return to who you were as a kid. Do the things that you love to do and be you, right? Return to you. All right. Second reason why Ramona is so badass is because she found new friends when hers didn't support her. Now, I think that's very badass of her. It can be hard to ditch friends, especially if you've been around them for quite a while, right? If they've been in your atmosphere for a long time, 10, 20, 30 years, then it gets really hard to say goodbye to friends that have been your friends forever. Are they a friend though, if they're not supporting you? Is that the kind of friend you want? The whole point of us badasses is being good friends, supporting each other, lifting each other up when we have hard moments. And I don't know about you, but I have enough negativity running in my head that I don't need to hear from other people. If other people don't support me and don't like what I'm doing, I don't need to hear it, because I can tell myself enough bad things. So if I'm pushing forward and doing something I'm excited about, I don't need people that are going to weigh me down, because it's just going to bring you lower and lower. It is like you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. I think that's Jim Rohn's quote. So who are you spending the most of your time with? Are they people that lift you up and encourage you and inspire you? Or are they people that tear you down and are so negative and like energy vampires? Take a look around, reflect on it. We need people in our lives that support us. And so when Ramona was talking about this, she was saying like her friends would tell her, you won't make it, you can't do it. And then when she's doing the astrology, like she started her own business and was doing astrology readings, and they were like, astrology is out. Nobody is interested in that. Nobody. So she could have just listened to her friends and been like, yeah, you're right, this was a really crappy idea. But she did not. She continued to do what she wanted to do, and then she found herself some new friends. Now, I'm not saying you get in one argument with a friend, that you got to completely ditch them, or one time maybe they're negative, but in general they're like supporting and uplifting. you can allow room for error, let you decide, you have your own boundaries. But those people that are like energy vampires sucking you in and bringing you down, we don't have time for that. It's like I said, there's so much negativity, there's so much just things to get upset about anyway in our daily lives. And so that probably sounded bad that there's so much, but there's a lot of things that can easily trigger you, or you can get you upset, that you don't need to surround yourself with people who are gonna further that, right? And on the flip side, encourage your friends, help them dream big. It's so important that we help them dream big and, inspire them, let them know what you see in them, help encourage to push them forward. And I'm sure they will help you to do the same. All right. So the third reason why Ramona is so badass is because she laughs, even when she doesn't feel happy. So this is a tricky one because, clearly you lose a loved one, horrible things happen. You don't necessarily need to laugh when the day you lose a loved one. I don't know. You do you. But in general, in our daily life, we can find time to laugh. And that's exactly what Ramona did. Ramona says she tells her clients every morning when you get up, the very first thing in the morning, listen to a joke, listen to something funny, something that makes you laugh. Even if you don't feel like, ha ha, I don't know. I was like, ha ha, hee hee. If you don't feel like you're in a funny mood and you're like, not today. She said, here's the thing is our brains don't know the difference. Our brains simply know that you're laughing. And so it sets a trigger that you're happy. And then she said, if you start your day off like that, you're more likely to laugh throughout the day. But it's something you have to be intentional about. So many things we think should just come natural to us. Confidence should just come to us. Inspiration should just come to us. Joy, all the good things should just come to us. But often we have to be intentional about those things. And if we're not, then they are going to slip out of our hands. They're going to slip away from us. And so when Ramona was talking, she was saying, and I'm going to look at the number here because I don't remember, that kids laugh 400 times a day. 400. Now, adults, we laugh 15 times a day. What a crazy difference. Why can't we have more joy like our children? Where does it get sucked out of us? I know Ramona talked about, sometimes it's just, we have all these dreams and these hopes as a kid, and then they keep getting shot down and nothing works out the way that you think it does. So then you start to get a little bit more skeptical or angry or upset, or you start to look at the world like, that's not what I thought it was. It's a lot harder. And so we give up on these things and we lose some of our joy, lose some of our happiness. But it doesn't mean that it's gone forever. So be intentional about laughing, be intentional about your joy. And as Ramona said, you know what? If you do this, then you're going to laugh more throughout the day. All you have to do is that first thing in the morning, watch something that makes you laugh. And then that's going to set your day up for success. That's going to set your day up for, a happier day. And then she also said, like, when you're laughing, the benefits of laughing is it increases your brain. And I don't know if it's productivity or your brain waves, but it is good for your brain or brain health. And then also it's good for breathing. And she said that, like, when you breathe in really deep, breathe in and out, and the more you breathe deeply, like that helps you improve your breathing. So when you're laughing, you're like, I'm not good at a fake laugh, but apparently I need to work on that for a deeper breathing laugh. But that's what laughing helps you with. So challenge. I'm going to take this challenge too, at least for the next week. Let's try it. Let's try it out and try to laugh every morning. Now, Romana suggests for 21 days. Let's try it for the week and see how it goes. And then we can go from there, right? We can test it out. All right, quick recap. 3 reasons why Romana is so badass. First reason, she marched to the beat of the same drum. Second reason is she found new friends when hers did not support her. And the third reason is she laughs, even when she doesn't feel happy. And, you know, something that just popped into my head, I know I just did the recap, and so I shouldn't keep going, but something that just popped into my head was how Romana talked about the airport incident. The airport lost her luggage, and she could have been angry, she could have been furious, she could have been upset and threw a fit about it and let it ruin her whole day. But knowing Romana, what did she do? She laughed about it. And like the ticket person or the baggage person was like, what? Like they couldn't figure out why she was laughing. But she's like, I might as well be happy. I might as well laugh about it and make a joke about it, because what is crying going to do? What is being upset going to do? Is that going to put me in a better mood? Nope. So she just laughed about it and she made it funny. And then, you know what? Probably improved the luggage person's day, right? Because they're probably dealing with people all day who are coming, complaining, being down. Oh, you guys lost my luggage. What the heck am I going to do? I'm on vacation, blah, blah, blah. And then she comes in laughing and just full of joy. So it probably changed the trajectory of his day too, right? Or her day. So don't underestimate the power of a good laugh or the power that you hold to change somebody else's day. All right. With that, we'll end our show. To all the badass women out there staying in the arena, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, own it and get after it.
Now that you've listened to this episode of Ordinary to Badass, we want to hear from you. Go to our website, ordinarytobadass.com/podcast, and submit your own experience on how you took your life from ordinary to badass and get the chance to be on a future spotlight episode of the show. That's ordinarytobadass.com/podcast. While you're waiting for the next episode of the show, wipe off the sweat, dust off the dirt, and get back in the arena.